I simulated 8 seasons into the future of FIFA 17, and it will be according to 2024 on how the world of football changed and came and went. According to the save I'm in right now, because obviously it can change over time depending on what save you use. But this is my reality. Let me do what I fucking want. And I'm doing this video because of the feedback that some of you lot gave into the last video that I did this type of idea in. And it's actually amazing to think of that. Feedback on a video is making me do a certain idea that you wanted. And I can't believe I'm actually doing this because I'm so fucking lucky that it's happening to me. Am I deserving? No. No. I'm an ordinary person with a average penis. And once again, don't mind FC Copenhagen on the top, and my name's getting even more cancer by the minute. Maybe one day I'd actually portray to think about doing a rebuild of FC Copenhagen, because of them, and because the save files I had in with them, they helped me have one of the best months and one of the best times in my life on YouTube. Thank you, and thanks Copenhagen. Even though your football heritage is about the same as a banana, but still. We'll start off by seeing how the season of 23-24 ended, and then starting to talk about things that actually matter, like the Champions League, Premier League champions, and Ballon d'Or winners, because it's still the same figuration, the same character as it was in FIFA 14, on how I'm going to talk about on what happened in the last 8 years, as it seems. And we're already having traumatic experiences. Manchester United win the league with 30 wins, only 16 goals conceded, and 96 points. Holy shit. Manchester City in second, Chelsea and Arsenal grabbing the last top 4 spots, and Liverpool leaving behind on 5th. Spurs in 6th, and Everton back when 7th for Everton would be a normality, way before financial irregularity, points deductions, and a team resembling the championship. Back then, they would be proud that they would amass 17 wins all season long. On this day and age, they'll be lucky to even get 9. Sunderland in 8th. This is madness. This was also the season that Sunderland got relegated to the championship and forced Netflix cameras to film the life of depressed Sunderland fans on the Sunderland Till I Die documentary, and is one of the funniest football masterpieces I've ever watched. If you haven't checked it out, just go and see. It's absolutely funny as fuck, unless you're a Sunderland fan. But I'll still be laughing at you. Newcastle still in 14th. Leicester, Middlesbrough. Who can remember that Middlesbrough were actually in the Premier League that season? It's one of the most forgettable teams ever to grace the Premier League. Swansea in 17th, and relegated are Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and Reading. Why Reading there? Currently, Reading are in League 1 and heading nowhere because they might get relegated to League 2. Just see the teams getting promoted, actually, because that's something I didn't feature on the FIFA 14 video. Aston Villa win the championship with 106 points. Burnley 97. Oscar promoted is between QPR, Ipswich, Norwich, and Watford. Look at Brentford's crest, you man. Thank God they changed that fucking logo. Real Madrid amassed 95 points and win La Liga on the last season that I'm doing this shit. Atletico Madrid in 2nd and Barcelona 3rd. These 3 actually did quite mental stuff within the last 8 years I simulated right now. That's it for La Liga. The 3 names I mentioned, those are the champions. Nothing new happened. It's Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. That's it. Italy, Juventus won Serie A, and the year before, and the year prior to that, and the year prior to that, and every single year since 2016, they won every single Serie A. So by mathematics being put in test, Juventus won every single Italian championship. They won every single Serie A from 2013 until 2024. That's 11 years of Juventus. If I'm Italian and I didn't support Juventus at the time, by 2024, I would have killed myself. Heading out to Germany, Bayern in the Bundesliga. You think that's normal? That's the 2nd Bundesliga they won since 2017. I'm fucking glad to announce to all audiences that Bayern only won 2 Bundesligas since 2017. The first one in 16-17 and the last one in 2024. Every single other Bundesliga was Dortmund. And I'm so I say that with the happiest fucking smile and the biggest fucking grin in the world. That was obviously due to Bundesliga at that point in FIFA 17 having Marco Reus on the cover, having pretty much a stacked team filled with young prospects, having huge potentials and good overalls, and also star players on their prime like Marco Reus being 88 and Aubameyang being 87. France, Monaco win Ligue 1. That's not interesting, but it's a good filler for the video. Monaco won a single Ligue 1, PSG won 2, and Lyon won the other 5. Happy fucking days. The total champions were Man City won the first ever Premier League title of the experiment in 16-17, Liverpool won in 18-19, and the other 6 went to Chelsea and Manchester United divided equally. Is this reprehensive to real life? No. Since 16-17, Chelsea haven't won a Premier League title, and Manchester United already on a decade in, more than a decade in without a league title. Champions League talk, just like in the FIFA 14 video I did. Chelsea win the Champions League. And as I said it and copy my script, this happened once. Chelsea won the 23-24 Champions League title. And that's their done. And they were runner-up not even 4 times, they were runner-up once. They reached 2 finals and won 1. And as for Real Madrid that lost this final, did they win comparatively 5 Champions Leagues compared to the last video? They didn't win one. Hand on heart say, and bless my mum, and I swear on my invisible dog that kills children for a living, Real Madrid haven't won a single Champions League. I mean, they won an Europa League though, so potato, tomato. And compared to the one of FIFA 14, the Champions League had actual good variety this time. Alongside Chelsea, the other Champions League winners were Juventus on the year before, Bayern Munich, because yes, Barcelona, because that was Barcelona with money, so yes, and the one with the most titles, Manchester United. Don't ask me how, but I understand why, because potential in FIFA is not comparative to real life, so players like Eribailly become arguably the best centre-back on the planet by 30. David De Gea maintains a 92 rating because without that floppy fingers against Portugal in the World Cup in Russia, he still maintains his rep as the best goalkeeper on the planet. Memphis Depay even became a tricky winger to face with 86 rating. Huh? I was going to carry on just normally. You're saying Timothy Fosu-Mensah, the bag of bones ready for loan spells to championship teams, is one of the best midfielders in the world. Well, I was going to talk about this motherfucker somewhere, but recently I did a video replaying the career of Paul Pogba. Because this is FIFA 17 and he just came by to Manchester United with an amazing potential. He fulfilled that potential. And oh boy, he fulfilled it. Paul Pogba, the human headache of Instagram. He won 2 Ballon d'Ors, 2 times Player of the Year in world football. And it was obviously on the 2 years that Manchester United won the Champions League as he captained the club. And those we're going to talk about the one that has the most and destroyed competition around him. I could only wish you did this. You useless sack of fucking wasted potential. You might know me and John taking over this channel. We're Brazilian. And oh my fucking god, we wanted this man to be what he became in this fucking save file. He didn't just win another Champions League with Barcelona. Not just that. He didn't just become the main man of Barcelona's attack for the best part of 8 years. He won 3 times the Ballon d'Or in a row from 2016 to 2018. You know what he also did in 2018? He guided Brazil to their 6th World Cup crown. That frustrated my eyes every time I will see a news update that he injured his leg again because he was partying in Brazil waiting for his sister to come out of the shower. In this save file on a fucking video game where nothing matters, he won the World Cup for my country and he won 3 Ballon d'Ors. Other winners of the Ballon d'Or involved Thibaut Courtois, the recent latest Ballon d'Or winner with Chelsea, not Real Madrid, Chelsea. I tell you now, if a Real Madrid move in 2018 was enough for him to shag De Bruyne's girlfriend, can you imagine him winning a Ballon d'Or? How many of the women in Belgium would let him just happily take a sit in their fucking vagina? Also in the year that Juventus won the Champions League, Paulo Dybala was crowned as a Ballon d'Or winner as well. If you guessed that, I would like you to have my children. Angel Correa. What was just supposed to be FIFA potential and nothing else for this man to carry through his career. You know when a person manages to be a B-Tech Dybala? That was him. Angel Correa. Yeah, he did it. He won a Ballon d'Or. He won a Ballon d'Or. Angel Correa and Messi Ronaldo didn't. It all fucking makes sense. With Ballon d'Or and Champions League talk out of the way, we have a first, people. We have a first. Upsets in Europe. More specifically, in the Europa League. Don't think you really noticed on the Champions League tab that we just opened for this season, the 23-24 season, Torino were there. And Torino were also in the Super Cup, because the year before this year, Torino won the Europa League against Juventus. The team so much in Turin as Juventus shadow and an underperforming piece of fuck managed to win the Europa League. Some players you might know here. Some players like Aqua, you would have probably just seen them in posters for UNICEF with a quote, "Help out the unfortunate, help out the poor." I mean, you would know Andrea Bellotti, because it was linked with Manchester City about fucking 15 times a season back on those days. Also Daniel Bazzelli and Marco Benassi. Ask these two where their careers are these days. Ask these two if they will take a Europa League win on a video game as the proudest achievement of their career, because that's what happened to these two. This is the first actually, because in these experiments usually stuff like this wouldn't happen because they don't have the quality and they don't have the money to win a competition such as the Europa League. And hand on heart, this is the first case that it will be legal for them to win the Europa League, because I don't know if you noticed, if you live in a cave in Croatia, because Russian teams have been banned from European competitions since they decided, you know what, we're finna invade Ukraine for no other reason other than just to intimidate the world. Let's steal their kids, let's rape their women. Amongst their best players is Fernando, and just to see how shit this situation is, this is not even the Man City Fernando. I cannot believe I'm saying this. A B-Tech Man City Fernando. He's the type of person that people still to this day would constantly look at his picture in FIFA 17 and go, yep, that's the ball boy. Again, for the second time actually within this Spartak Moscow Europa League winning experiences. Another player that if he were to win the Europa League, it would also be legal because he can't play football. inabilities. He has abilities for days, but it would be illegal for him to play football again. Ousmane Dembele, one of the best wingers in the world and players in the world originally, still at 27. We've got Marcus Rashford at 88. Charlie Musonda, one of the best players in the world. Charlie Musonda. I'll give you £10,000 if you wouldn't search this on Google to see where Charlie Musonda is in today's day and age. Raheem Sterling, Kylian Mbappe still at Monaco, never realizing the potential that he's seen soon to prevail as a World Cup winner because France didn't win the World Cup. Philippe Coutinho still at Liverpool, managed to win the Premier League with Liverpool, and at 89 rated as Liverpool's best player. Interesting one. Back when FIFA 17, you start a career mode. Gabriel Jesus wasn't originally introduced when FIFA 17 arrived on the shelves of Game and Asda. They don't sell video games in Asda. What the fuck am I talking about? But ever since Gabriel Jesus was introduced to the game on around January, February 2017, when he moved to Manchester City from Brazil, he wasn't put at Manchester City. He was always put at Bayern Munich. And also a relevant player to this day and age, Joshua Kimmich at Spurs. Oh, I didn't mention Spurs also lost the Champions League final in here as well. Fred, Manchester United's epitome of meme culture, but in fact he's actually good because he's 86 rated here and at Chelsea. Alisson never went to Liverpool but did cash in an Europa League trophy. Martin Odegaard, still only 25, 83 rated, but never soon to move to Arsenal, never going to be Arsenal captain, and still on the Real Madrid bench until the day he dies. Bruno Fernandes at Inter Milan. He started his safe out in Udinese and now at Inter, but this was Inter back in the days where Inter would just qualify for the Europa League and never win anything relevant.